Oh, it's beautiful, brother. Thank you so much. We all ready? It's 5:16, December 13th. We have all the time in the world. $5:17. Mark the time. This is very special for me because I often feel lonely. And today I get to take you where I live. Not just with the medicine, but the world that I live in. The world that God gave me has nothing to do with me whatsoever. So what I want to share with you today is the game of conscious creation. True alchemy, the ability to turn any type of energy into any other type of energy as it passes through your consciousness, let into gold. Fuck you. We can do way better than that. Way better than that. And so first we have to understand how the game works. We need to know the rules of the game, then we need to know how to play the game. So let me share with you how the universe functions as I see it. There are 5 dimensions of consciousness. Everything is conscious. Now we can call these densities as well, but the first dimension of consciousness is earth, trees, rocks, matter, right? It just is one dimension. The second dimension of consciousness is creatures. They are made of physical material like the trees, but they have instincts and they can move. They can move through a different dimension. They can move through space. If Meow Meow is like, oh, the sun is blazing on my face, I got to get out of here, he can move. That tree cannot. Second dimension, first dimension, being, second dimension, movement. Third dimension, humans. Now, humans have the ability to see in the future and reflect on the past. Meow Meow can't anticipate his birthday. He doesn't even know when it is. And he can't miss his buddy that died from AIDS, cat AIDS. It wasn't me. I asked the vet. I was like, I swear I wore a condom. Always. And humans can anticipate the future, reflect on the past. Animals can't do that. They can't collaborate for December 13th from December 18th of last year. Now, ethereal beings, this is the fourth dimension. This is where angels live. This is where monsters live. This is where Wi-Fi lives. It is a vibration of matter that you can experience, but you cannot see. We're experiencing Wi-Fi right now, but yet we cannot see it. It's bringing us this song. We're experiencing our thoughts. We're experiencing our emotions. We can feel, we can experience them, but we cannot see them. This is the fourth dimension. This is where the creatures of this dimension are our guides, angels and monsters. Some call them demons. I call them monsters. And there's one distinct difference between angels and monsters. Angels eat off of our joy. The more joy we experience, the bigger they get. That's the game that they're playing. And monsters are just the opposite. They eat off of our pain. The more pain, fear that we experience, the bigger they get. And so just as the trees consume our carbon dioxide and give us oxygen, and we consume their oxygen, give us carbon dioxide, so goes it in this ethereal realm as well. The fifth dimension is the universe herself, all that is. Now we can get into 6, 7, all the way to 11. That's a whole nother journey. It's part 2. But for all purposes, the universe, God, if you want to call it. And this is all possibility, all possibilities, all that exists is of God, of the universe. Now in the fourth dimension, here's how they are able to, this is the dimension that they see. They see in 3D time. And this is what fucks the humans up. 3D time. They see possibilities, every possibility. Someone was talking about roads, all the different roads. And they see the potentialities of all those possibilities. And so they can see things in 3-dimensional time, whereas 2-dimensional time is just future, past. 1-dimensional time is the now. Is this making sense for everybody? And everything ever created in the history of anything has followed this process from 5D to 4D to 3D to 2D to 1D. Even the creation story. There was a void. By the way, whatever religion anybody is, the creation story is about the same. There was a void. Darkness, nothingness, potential, God. God had a thought, 4D. And God said, 3D, let there be light. Action, result, light. And he saw it, and it was good. So he separated the darkness from the light. Then he went bottom up. He's like, all right, well, let's get some earth, 1D stuff, right? You got the water, you got the rocks, you got the lava, all the shit. Built that on the second day. He saw it. He said, let there be earth. He spoke and it became. Abracadabra, I create as I speak. And it became. God, 5D, had a thought. Land would be nice. Use language, 3D, into action. Let there be action. Let there be earth to result. We saw it was good. And what do you do next? Let there be animals. Now 2D. We got the 1D earth, 2D animals. Then let there be humans. And he developed Adam and Eve, or whatever story that you resonate with. And they were in the garden, and all was perfect. What about the 4D? God said, okay, well, let's mix it up here. I'm going to give you an opportunity to not be with me, to break your integrity. Don't eat from that tree. Why? Because I said so. Don't eat from that tree. They're like, he's like, as long as you don't eat from that tree, you will walk with me forever. So, do you agree? Yes. They intend, we will not, we love you, God. They commit, yes, we will not eat from that tree. And they lived in perfect harmony. Integrity, intentions, commitments, actions, all as one. Then some serpent came around and he's like, hey, look, I know why. he's telling you not to eat that because it's what makes you smarter than him. And man got greedy. Now they blame it on Eve, but I'm pretty sure a man wrote the book. I'm not blaming anybody. It's a lady in the house. And man got greedy. Son of a fuck, you live in perfection. How ungrateful are you living in perfection and you want more? Do you really want more? Say yes, no, don't matter, because the consequences you live have nothing to do with what you think, what you feel. It's what you do. So what they do? Jump, 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 jump. All of a sudden they were like, fuck, I feel off. Sin, and the first monster was born. First monster connected with the human is like, I made you feel shame. Jump, 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 jump. It grew. It grew. So they're like, God's walking in the garden. He's like, hey, where are you at? He knows. They're hiding. To not be seen, to pretend to not be, to hide. Another lie. More shame. This started a cascading effect. Cain versus Abel started fucking up brother versus brother. Now in the Old Testament, there's these rules. Well, it's like, well, fuck. If it's all like kill or be killed, well, then here are some rules. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, kill or be killed, and that's the way we roll. The world of competition. The one that competes the best is the one that wins the game. But imagine that we are all on an island. And we're all sharing resources. Everything's fair. Everyone gets 25 milligrams. And everyone gets 100 shekels. Now, how I can win, how I can be king, is if I take your shekels. I told you I wouldn't. I told you you were my brother. I took your shekels, but now I'm king because I have 200 shekels. What do you got? I'm king. Competition. Way of the world. Until everyone on this island's like, well, fuck, you took my 200? You took my 100? Well, fuck it. I'm taking his 100. And his as well. And his. So now he's got 3. He had 0 and you guys have none. And now we're all competing against each other. So at some point where we all become a sovereign nation of one, coexisting, but being isolated because my precious, we're all protecting our own shit. Now in the world of ultimate competition, where it's like, I am taking care of my shit. I'm fine taking care of my shit. Ultimate competition. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. No one's cool. If you want to get ahead, we all got 100 shekels now because we've all been competing. If I want to get ahead, here's what I do. Hey, let's combine shekels. Live in one house together, man. Like, combine forces. Together, we'll have 2. And we only have one house. Collaboration. Well, fuck. Let's get you in this 3. We'll live in one house. Collaboration. So the thing is when Christ came, he's like, look, competition's gone far enough. There's a pendulum swing for society. And we swung all the way to competition. He's like, okay, so now the rules change. It is no longer advantageous for me to take your shit. It's advantageous for us to collaborate. So it's no longer eye for an eye, but it's turn the other cheek. Love thy neighbor. And this is the message that Christ, difference between Jesus and Christ, that Christ brought through the many prophets of a very specific part of time as society was changing. They say one day the world will be like this, where we all live in collaboration, a golden age. A golden age of 1,000 years where the world will split. Those that still believe in the competition can have their ways, and the ones that collaborate, 1,000 years of heaven on earth. That day, according to the Mayan calendar, was December 12th, 2012. That the age of Aquarius is here. The age of enlightenment is here. Now, Jesus was a mystic. He was a crystal. By the way, there were very, very few of them. Now, crystals are kind of like genetic freaks of the spiritual world, much like LeBron James or Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps is literally shaped like a fucking dolphin. All right, big fat feet and his little, tiny little legs and his big torso and stuff. He's a freak, right? And there's these genetic freaks of spirituality called crystals. Jesus was one of them. Muhammad was one of them. Many, Gandhi, one of them. As the ages continued to unfold, more of these mystics, more of these prophets, more of these Christ conscious beings started coming to earth. And it started tipping in the 60s. The first round of crystals, rainbows, what was that?
Indigos.
Indigos, yeah. By the way, I didn't read any of this shit, by the way. That's why I don't know all the terms. God just dumped this shit in my head. No joke.
In your heart.
I can't even read. In my heart, yes.
Because you care so much.
Can't help it. And so more of these crystals came. The original round of crystals, they saw injustice. They saw war. Like, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Protest. This is not right. Like, with no more senseless competition. Fuck this shit. They were persecuted. They were called Hittites. They were outcasts. They were scums of the earth. They were lazy. So the competitors would like you. Next round of crystals come in the 80s. Eastern and Western Hemisphere. The Eastern Hemisphere, those motherfuckers bend and spoons with the brain. They have more physical like attributes over domination over the physical world. On the Western side, it is being healed by your simple presence. After 1992, all children are crystals. Doesn't mean everyone's LeBron James, but everyone's a fucking athlete. Some are more, genetically gifted than others. Kobe wasn't particularly genetically gifted, but he worked his dick off and became Mamba. And so it goes for each and every one of us. So whether you think you were born a crystal or not, it doesn't fucking matter. Get in the gym. Exercise muscle. Which muscle, you ask? The only one that matters. Integrity. The primary KPI of being a human. Your intentions, your commitments, and your actions being the same thing. When you are in integrity, you are in Christ consciousness. When you break it, you leave the fucking garden. And so we're going in and out of this fucking, like, I'm in the garden, oh fuck, where's God? I'm in the garden, oh fuck, where's God? And it is jarring. Make you want to smoke a cigarette. And so Christ consciousness is a state of being that can be achieved by anyone. But it is possible for you to be in that state and not realize that you're there. Oh fuck, this is the garden? Fuck. What a shame, right?
You're actually in heaven. You got no fucking clue.
Damn. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It is here. The golden age is here. No longer do the Beatles hate the Rolling Stones, but everyone collaborates on everyone's fucking song. No longer is like, oh, you do sales? Well, I do sales. I do sales too. Fuck that guy. It's like, no, it's JV. We all got different ways of saying the same thing. Truth. So God sends those with this inherent message inside that the age of the golden age is here. And that isn't everyone in this room. You would have not been called to be here if that wasn't true. The golden age is here. We live in paradise. That's why I can take so much shit. Because even when I'm getting my dick kicked in, I still know it's here. And the only thing that can take me out is a break in my integrity. Only thing that can take you out. In a moment that you are in alignment of your integrity, you are in Christ consciousness. I want to pick up my thumb right now. I want to put down my thumb right now. Boom, done. I am perfect. Now, it does not mean that you are good. It means that you are in Christ consciousness. Christ's not the only one who lives there. If I say, I hate your fucking face, I'm going to punch you in the face, and I punch you in the face, I'm still perfect. Good intentions, good with actions, all the same thing. I'm just a dick. Difference. Don't be fooled. And so how do we stay in integrity? We have to be able to know when we're out of it. So we need to sensitize ourselves to our integrity. I strongly assume that Christ was not perfect. I just think he got back in alignment before you all noticed. Because when I say I'm going to be on the call at 1 o'clock and it's 1 o'clock in 45 seconds and I show up inside, I'm like, oh my God, fuck. You're not bad. How would I even notice? I do. Because if you can sensitize yourself to your integrity in a way that you catch it before anyone else does, they deem you to be perfect. Be more sensitized to your own break of integrity than anyone else. So how do we do that? How do we know that we're out of integrity? That's the gift of the monster. The monster, yes, you feel it. The monster is merely, it is a guide. It is not inherently an evil entity. Your monsters are merely guides that are looking out for you, by the way. And all they're doing by inflicting that pain is a little tap on the shoulder of your consciousness being like, hey, get back. It's supposed to be there. Sensitize yourself to that pain before it leaks on other people. Because if I show up to that meeting at 1 o'clock, at 1:50, and I was supposed to meet you for dinner at 1, and I show up at 1:50, at like some point you'd be like, yo, dude, what the fuck? I've been sitting here like an asshole. What if I show up at 1:01? I don't even think you probably even notice. I do. Sensitize yourself to the break of your integrity and eat the little shit before you spew it onto other people. The reason that people feel the break of your integrity is because you ignored it so fucking badly that your bullshit, you made them eat your bullshit. Then. So when I say this, pick up my thumb, put it on my thumb. Pick up my thumb, put it on my thumb. In this moment, I'm perfect. If I don't pick up my thumb, you're not gonna be like, oh, Spencer, what a fucking asshole. This guy is not a man of his word. He said just pick up his thumb, he didn't pick up his thumb, picking up my thumb. Don't let it judge me. Pick up my thumb. I'm committing to, I'm picking up my thumb. Words are commitments, so careful. Pick up my thumb. I feel it. Picking up my thumb. And look for it, feel for it. Where's that little crumb of like, nah, If you can sensitize yourself to an insignificant, non-consequential break of integrity, measured by millimeters, missed by millimeters, measured by miles, missed by miles. Now we get into trust. Trust is a spectrum. It is an assumption that you will follow through with your integrity. What strengthens it is evidence. Is based on repetition. I pick up my thumb, put it on my thumb. I pick up my thumb, put it on my thumb. It's a gamble. Do I trust that he's going to pick up his thumb? Well, has he done it before? So to build trust is to consistently follow through with your word. To have self-trust is for you to follow through with your word. For others to trust you has nothing to do with that. They look to the way you trust yourself as a foundation of how to trust you, and then your behaviors will solidify that. Now, what makes trust tricky is time. I'm picking up my thumb in 5 seconds. Did it? I'm picking up my thumb in 30 seconds. Oh, shit, the door. Okay, yeah. So, oh, fuck, 30 seconds. Oh, fuck. Who's been there? Also, the weight of your commitment is what builds trust. Give me $1, I'll give you $1 right back. Go, $1. Give me $1, I'll give you $1 back tomorrow. Cool. Give me $1, I'll give you $1 back next week. Cool. Give me $10,000, I'll give you $10,000 next week. Uh-oh. It's a lot of time. I'll give it to you tomorrow. Okay, fine. As long as tomorrow, I'll give it to you next year. These commitments that we make to ourselves in the future, the bigger they are, the more you erode your trust when you don't follow through. Careful. So before we go into this vision quest where we shine light on each other of all of the amazing things that you are and what you have potential for, y'all got potential for all of the things that you want to do. But do you really want to do it? Are you really going to do it? Careful. Wanting it and doing are two different things. We all experience that. So the weight of what you say and makes the risk higher, and the amount of time that you put forth in the future makes it more risky as well. But when you fucking hit, oh my God, you feel 20 feet tall. When you shoot an arrow 1 year ago December 18th, and it lands on the very time that you put your on your calendar. And that moment happens just at sunset, the way that you imagined it. The confidence that you have in yourself as a creator. What you gonna say? You know what I'm saying? People doubt me. Great. Scoreboard, motherfuckers. Scoreboard. We all have experienced this because you're all, every person, you're one badass. I've experienced touches, waves. Everyone's magic in here. The matter is follow through. So we know the game's integrity. Christ consciousness is the ability to stay there. So what goes wrong? You end up using language in a way that it's very murky. So the commitments aren't clear. The commitments aren't clear because the truth's not clear. You gotta get clear on the truth. How we do that is using language. Because let me tell you something. Humans are the only creatures in the known universe that have language. The trees have communication, animals have communication, they don't have language, grammar, the ability to structure thought, possibility, potentiality, future, past. Humans only ones. Angels don't have that stuff. Animals don't have that stuff. Language is the thing that connects the animalness of a human to the etherealness of being a god. Man is God's brother. That's unisex. We are little tiny slices of the universe that get permission to call ourselves God, lowercase g. So we get with free will. And we do that by using language, just like the creation story. Let there be light. It was light. Instantaneous manifestation. Why? Because God is perfectly alive. So that transcends time. Instantaneous manifestation. And so for us to create, we take the endless possibilities of the universe, we pass it through our emotions and our thoughts. It then becomes language, that becomes a plan. That plan then becomes action. The action then becomes the result. Everything created in the history of everything was created this way. So everything started from the potentiality of nothing. And it also originated as a thought. You, Jim, are sitting on a thought right now. How do you say? At some point in time, some guy is sitting on the ground saying like, this sucks. You know what'd be nice is if I could sit up. Yeah, lean back while I got cushions. That emotion of discomfort turned into an idea. 4D turned into thought, turned into language. That language turned into a plan and turned into an IKEA instruction manual for me to be able to go, action 1, put this thing on this thing, click, 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 click. Action 2, put this thing on this thing, click, 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 click. And all of a sudden, Jim's not sitting on the floor anymore. Literally sitting on someone's imagination. Everything that you see here is imagination. Imagination is just as real as the things that you're sitting on because it is the essence of it. When you eat an apple, you are eating a seed. The fruit is the seed. It comes of the seed. This is making sense. That's why language is the genesis of creation. It's what brings it from the ethereal realm 4D into 3D that turns it into action 2D that turns it into the result. Language is the conduit of creation. So use it precisely. So anything that you want to create, anything that you want to heal, there's 3 very simple rules. Speak up, speak clear, speak precise. If you don't speak up, you might as well be just an animal in a tree, just suffering with this, just like this feeling inside and whatever. And like it's to your own. That's on you. Don't speak up, process can't begin. Speak up. Say it. Or suffer. Because suffering is your right. God gives us the right to suffer. Why stop trying to heal everybody? For you to try to heal someone that chooses suffering is for you to say, God, you give them free will, but I know better. Careful. Watch yourself. Suffering is a right that we have. So careful with that instantaneous healing of someone who doesn't, not requesting it. Speak up. Next, speak clear. Ask Christ, well, are you the Son of God? Are you the Son of Man? Are you like what? What's he say? I am. You're the Son of God. I am. You are what? I am. I am everything. God is everything. If it is of God, and everything is, so it is of God. There is no battle between God and the devil. If God is of everything, then who is the devil made of? It's just part of the program. It's conspiring for your well-being. When you use it right, it serves you. So speak clear, but here's where they get you. We can use language in a way that makes us think we know what we're talking about. Lets us talk and 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 actually fucking say nothing. Because the whole purpose of communication is to take the image that I have in my head and to put it into your head so we have a shared reality, because now we are one, we are connected, we are collaborating. Purpose of language. When what is in my head is in your head and it's just as clear, I know how to take action for us to do our collaborative thing together. So I want you to imagine that I lose this lighter. I lost it in Chicago at my parents' house. And I'm like, oh man, I need the lighter. Well, why do you need the lighter? Well, there's a bonfire that we're starting and like, we can't start the fire, and everyone's gonna be cold if we don't start the fire. But Jim, can you get me the lighter? You're like, I got it, buddy. Where is it? I'm like, okay, it's at my parents' house. All right, cool. All right, tell me where it is. All right, I'm like, see, clear as day. It's not in the kitchen. Okay. Jim walks into my parents' house. It's not in the laundry room. It's not in the mud room. It's not in the oven. It's not in the living room. It's not. I'm like, Jim's like, Spencer, fucking just tell me. I'm like, I am telling you. I've been talking for 5 minutes. I am telling you. He's like, okay, fine. Oh, Jim. It's not upstairs. Do you understand what you're saying there? It could be one of infinite places. It's not on the stairs. So I have a number in my head. It can be an infinite number of positive or negative, and it's not 7. Good luck. Infinity -1. Great communication. When we use voids in our language like not, it creates a shadow. The purpose of language is to attach an image to an emotion and to communicate that so that's in your head. But what you do is you communicate the emotion without the image, but the assumption that you are communicating an image, because I'm talking, right? You're absolutely saying fucking nothing. You are not helping. So when we talk to ourselves, we talk to our creator, when we talk to each other, when we're in meditation, we use this language that violates the undisputable ultimate truth that God is all. So speak clear. Speak truth. Because there only is what is. And there are 3 universal truths in this world. So you want to talk about quantum physics, again, that's 303. We're in the 101 right now. Everything is something and somewhere. everything is always moving all the time, and everything is true from some perspective. Everything is something in somewhere. I lost my jacket when I was 8 years old. It was a leather jacket that my grandmother got me. Somewhere on this planet, that jacket exists. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only transform. Those atoms are somewhere. Maybe my first question, because I use that example in this all the time. So, hey Josh, you give me a soda water? So everything is something and somewhere. I'm not happy. Huh? What are you? Try to tell you my feelings. I'm not happy. I'm listening. What are you? What are you? I'm not satisfied. I'm not, thank you. I'm not happy. I'm not successful. I'm not handsome. I'm not. What are you? Tell me infinity minus one. Tell me what part of infinity you are. So we can actually move this thing forward. Now, the tricky thing is when the monster inside of you wants you to continue to suffer, they will cause you to use this language in order for you to speak in loops. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Charge me farther, farther, bigger, bigger. Give me that pain. Give me that pain. As that monster continues to grow, keeping you in that loop. And you're like, I'm reaching out. I'm talking to my therapist. I'm not happy. I'm not happy next week. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. You're so worthy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Same thing. Monster gets to eat. Monster gets to eat. Why? Because the pain is living in the shadow of your language. You think you're actually saying something when in fact you are using an illusion of an image. But the reality of emotion that's keeping you stuck. And you will notice as your monster comes up, oh, and they will. It becomes increasingly more difficult to speak clear. Everything is always moving all the time. You just want this feeling to stop. Huh? Everything's always moving all the time. What do you want this feeling to do? Want this feeling to change? Okay. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. What do you want it to change to? Because stop is a void. Everything's always moving all the time. What do you want it to do? Everything's always progressing. We are living in a universe that is ever expanding at an increasing rate. Everything is always moving all the time. Stop. Can we just wait? Wait. Everything's moving all the time. What do you really want to do? I want to quit. Quit? What's that mean? Everything's always moving all the time. What do you want to do? Oh. Now let's talk. Everything is true from some perspective. I'm walking down the street, billion degrees out. We see a car, and we're just like walking. Hey, you, Chris, we're walking through the car. I look in there and I just pick up a brick, fucking whip it in the car. Spence are like, what are you doing, dude? Go to jail for that shit. But then you step 20 feet to the left, you see there's a baby and a puppy inside. From this perspective, I'm a villain. From this perspective, I'm a hero. Everything's true from some perspective. You're wrong. Everything's true from some perspective. So tell me about your experience. And you will notice when the monster has got you at the root, that he will make it almost impossible to be able to speak clearly. But in my 16 years of teaching this modality, there's always a way to say something clearly. And when you can't, you're in your shit. Instant monster detector works 100% of the time, 100% of the time. The first step to making a change is being able to identify it. I'm not happy. What is it? So once we speak clear, now we can get somewhere. Jim, let's get this letter. Where is it? Somewhere. Fuck. Okay, clear. Everything is somewhere. It's in Chicago. Okay, clear. Thanks. I'm in O'Hara, landed. So it's not enough to be clear. We need to be precise. This is what we call fractaling. Now, here's the thing. Has anyone here been at my parents' house? No. Okay. Here's what the letter is, Jim. In Chicago, at my parents' house, right after the front door, it's in my dad's office to the left. Open the drawer, and there's a cartridge on the close right corner. There's a bunch of thumbtacks underneath it. That's where the lighter is. Ain't none of y'all been in my parents' house, and each one of you could execute with precision and ease and no frustration. Because Chicago house, office, desk, drawer, precision. I'm not happy. What are you? Sad. Sad. What about life makes you sad? Job. What your job makes you sad? Feels empty. It's something somewhere. So what does it actually feel? The thing is, monsters are ethereal beings that do not have free will. They are mechanisms. They cannot behave in any other way. So once you catch their patterns, you can steal their secrets and share them with the world. Stealing their secrets. Stealing their secrets of you. Righteous. If I slayed my demons, God, how could I ever do that? Pair of God, pair of me. Motherfuckers work with me. God created the devil. Who the fuck do you think he works for? And we are God's brother. We are God's sister. We are little tiny slices of the universe that get to call ourselves creators, lowercase c. The little gods. And we live in perfection. We live in the golden age. And we do it together. So when we speak clear and precise, we speak of what is, and we can actually see what the fuck is going on. Now you know how to throw the ball. Now you know how to do a run block. How do we play this fucking game? All right. Super simple. And that's what this is going to be about for the rest of the for the rest of the evening. 5 questions. Only 5 questions you ever need to know to make sure that you are constantly making progress and you are never stuck. Never's a void. So you're always moving forward. Call that clarifying. When there's a void, there's a way to clarify. First question. What do you want? What do you want? That's it. Next question. What's standing in your way? Need $1 billion. Be simple. See how that's standing in your way? Third question. What's your next step? The next step. This one. What's that? Tell me that one. Once you do that one, tell me what that one is. Then we can get to the bigger planning. But if you don't know the next step, the big plan is basically fucking. Makes you feel nice. So it looks so good on the vision. Oh my gosh, see those? See those? Maybe if I just manifest, oh, I can feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm there. Oh, I gotta feel like I'm there. Oh, by the way, that's useful, but it's so incomplete. So like, because if that's how you do it, bring me back to Costa Rica with a retreat center for myself, with a wife and kids. Go. I'll wait. God's working. God's doing his work. He'll provide. God doesn't work for you, asshole. He works through you. So move. Move. Because you can't help but move because everything's always moving all the time. So when you are actually sitting still in your shit, what are you actually doing? Nothing. Well, you're always doing something. Let's talk about it. It's fucking awesome. Figure out the lesson. And how we know we got the lesson is when we can clarify and we get to make a choice. This works 100% of the time, in my experience. Someone might crack the code today, find an exception. Maybe. We'll see. Good luck. I make this shit up. This is God's law. He's fed it to me this way for some reason. What do you want? What's standing in your way? What is your next step? Now, the next one is standing in your way, you need $1 million, right? The next step is like, well, don't believe that. Okay, well, then my next question is like, how might you fuck this up? What might you do to sabotage this plan, this next step that we have? How might you fuck this up? Because we need to know that. Full insurance of the self-sabotage. Okay. Good. Finally, last and most important, who do you need to be in order to deserve that thing that you want? Who do you need to be on an identity level to have the thing that you want? This is what we call an identity frame. And what's super awesome about humans is like everyone here has a different vision for their life. So it requires a different code. It's like code for your apps on your phone. I want to send an email. Go. You are a prompt, right? And so I want, I want 1,000 clients. Well, then you need to be a marketer. You need to get out of delivery. Out of delivery, you're always somewhere. You need to fucking market. I am a marketer. Woo! I'm a marketer. That is the identity that is required to put 1,000 people into execute. I am a marketer. Okay. Put it on the board. Y'all got your space. All got your space. It's like, so for the thing that you want, what identity is required? That's what we're going to write on the stickies and you're going to put on your name. What identity is required in order for you to have the thing that you the thing that you want? Okay, now I'm going to say it out loud. I am a marketer. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to tell you how much I really believe that. Fuck! 3. So now the reason that it's a 3, now it's not a 1. It is a 3. Now it's not a 1 because I didn't go to that event. Book club. It's not a 10. Why not? Why not? Not the Lloyd. Why? 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 Tell me, therapist. Tell me why. Why do you want to know? Here's the only thing you need to fucking know. What opportunities do you have in the future to make it a 10? Write the BSL. 5 posts a week. Email sequences. Trigger, 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 trigger. JV partner. On Wednesday, I'm looking at the past week and I was like, oh shit. That's I created. 4 JV partners. I'm a marketer. Feels like a 9. What happened? Oh, 30 new people in your group. Oh, funny how that works. So that's the identity that was required in order for you to have the thing that you wanted. And so these identity statements, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Fuck you. Move. Prove it. Who is required? Who is required to transform the lives of families? Who? Tell me what code, what identity is required of that? I am a lover of God, here to serve families so they can connect at their deepest. Pop, scale of 1 to 10. I don't give a fuck what your number is. Prove it. When I was a kid, it was like, okay. It's valuable, not useful. It's useful. Move. So here, today, for the rest of this time, I invite you all to speak in the language of God. In precise language, speak up. If you choose to keep your language to yourself, that is fully your right. That's the beautiful thing about it. You can choose to keep your language inside. Right? Let's support that. Speak clear. If it violates one of the universal truths of this existence, then stop, clarify. I will interrupt you. You will interrupt each other. And that will be the only time that you interrupt another person, is when they are void. That's void. Can you clarify that for me? Clarify that for me. If you want to ask deeper questions, ask them to be more precise. That's careful. That's careful, because if you, it's like, oh, I want to be God. Instantaneous manifestation. Oh, you really want that responsibility? You think you got that? Tell me what you want. I want more money. Okay, cool. Your wish is my command. Here's a nickel. Boom. Oh, want more money. Okay. All right. Want $1 million. Sure? $1 million? $1 million? $1 million? You? $1 million? Yeah? Awesome. Now, before I grant this wish, and I will, you must live in accordance to your word. Intentions, commitments, actions. Every word you speak is a fucking commitment. Watch your mouth. Want $1 million? Okay. And live in accordance. $20 million. Your wish is my command. Woo! What you gonna do? It's like Ferrari's fucking sweet. So I go to the Ferrari dealership, my briefcase full of $1 million. And I'm like, 1 red Ferrari, please. $380,000. Not a problem. Looking at the cash, it's like, give it to me, I'll give you the car. I got the money. Well, give it to me, I'll give you the car. What the fuck? Hold on, let me get a call. Customer support, right? Trying to pay for this car. Well, as soon as you spend that 300,000, you no longer have $1 million, and you wanted $1 million. So live in accordance to your wish. The demise of the wish maker is in vague language. Watch yourself. Just want to be in a relationship. Careful. That girl that tried to stab you was a relationship. Wish granted. Careful. Every word that you say is a commitment to God. Commitment to yourself. Careful. So now it just comes down to 5 very simple questions. What do you want? What's standing in your way? What's your next step? How might you fuck this up? And who is required in order to be this person? And as long as you answer those questions, you are always making progress. And then you're guaranteed success. The only thing that matters is time. Now we can talk strategy. But if you want to talk to me about fucking strategy, if you don't follow your word, it is worthless. It is absolutely fucking worthless. I got this $1 million idea. So does everyone else. Oh no, but we're gonna do it different. I got a supplier and all this, let's say. You don't follow through. Fuck you. It makes you feel so good inside, right? See that plan? See that plan? Okay. Feels so good. So we look at it 6 months later. See it again for the first time after 6 months, being like, ooh, really? Email us. And all of a sudden you got 6 Chrome profiles because it's like all the other Chrome profiles are merely just filled with the documents of the failed promises that you made to yourself. You just want to change it because I'm just gonna change the name of my company just so you can get away from this. Like, no, I'm not the dating doctor anymore. I'm not committed to those things. I'm just start a new one. So, over the next 2 years, what do you want? What's standing in your way? What's your next step? How much you focus on? What identity is required in order to have the thing that you want? Over the next year, what do you want? Over the next 6 months, what do you want? Over the next 3 months, what do you want? This week, what do you want? So simple. It scales so easily. And it works 100% of the time. And the only reason that it takes time is because your monsters stand in your way from finding the language that moves you forward. That's what we're going to practice tonight. Precise language. So here are the rules. In all conversations that happen on this property until sunrise tomorrow morning, be in precise language. This is by request, you have to abide. Or your participation is required. In order to have the full experience of this container.
Can you do something briefly on the topic of precise language?
Mhm.
You know, the etymology of want. Like a want is a lack. Like to want for not is a lacking thing. Like the precision of language, what people mean by when they say want and like desire. Does have a lack already built into it.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, but I want to take a sip of this drink right now. I mean, try, and this is the thing, bring up those thoughts. So like, try saying that precisely. Say that back to me, the whole thing.
The etymology of the word want inherently includes lacking.
Lack is a void. You always have something.
The
to
want
what you
is
need.
a void. A want is a void.
How is a want a void? I want to drink this soda.
I desire to drink this.
What's the difference between want and desire?
Functionally, nothing.
Nothing's a void. What's the difference between want and desire? Yeah, it's spelling. So here, so the numbers, the letters used in that. So there is that now you guys are going to learn all these different monster plays, the monster of semantics. Oh, the monster of semantics, keep me focused on this thing so the healing so the chaos can continue to go. Let's it's not you, part of me, it is you. Notice that part of you.
Semantic model.
Beautiful. We can actually start fucking moving. But it's superpower too. Your monsters are merely just the byproduct of your gifts being turned too loud. So it's like it's an attribute. Well, how does it serve you? Beautiful. First, there's clarification. Any other questions? Okay, so here's how it works. Everyone has permission to interrupt each other to acknowledge a void word. Okay. If there's a question of whether it is, I'll be around, and you'll hear me creeping on everyone's conversations for the rest of the night. And work on the clarification. And when people are speaking clearly, even if you want to affirm them, oh yeah, that's right, here's my idea on that. Allow them to speak. We're gonna create abracadabra, create as they speak. We're gonna do it in the purest way. And you'll be interested to see when the voids show up. So those are the monsters, and that's the opportunity. That's wisdom living in the shadow. We illuminate it with language. We pull out the wisdom, we adjust the approach. Constantly moving. Loops are constantly moving too, but they bring you to a similar conclusion at a different point in time. You know? So, from this point forward, I give you all full permission to monitor my language to make sure that it is clear and precise. Like I am a full participant as well. Do I have that permission? Do we have that permission amongst each other? Yes. So done. Let the creation begin.
Wow.
Good monologue. Very much.
Oh, the monologue is the sedation. Next is the surgery. So thank you for the applaud for the sedation. The real work is about to begin. So let's go. So when you come up with an identity statement, start playing with it. What do you want? What's standing in your way? Start grabbing some crayons, start getting it in your journal, start having conversations with people. Come do more drugs if you want to. Like that, if you can, we'll do that. When you lock down an identity statement, grab a black sticky, start writing your identity statements and start posting them on that. I want to see who's like which version of you is required in order to be that thing. Now I can love you into that. The way I love you is by looking at what you committed to and holding that as a standard of our relationship. And when you write it, when you put it on there, it is a proclamation. That's the one of those. You got clarity, and you allow others to love you clearly.
Sure. Well. Maybe.
See that?